As we continue our coverage of the mid-air collision near Reagan National Airport, we also want to focus on survivors of the wildfire disaster in Los Angeles, which is why Gayle is in California. Gayle, you have an important update for us.
I really do, Vlad, but I still feel so wobbly. You know, I know this is not a pain competition, but I've been watching the plane coverage all morning, and this is the thing that strikes me about it. We can all put ourselves in that situation, whether you're on the plane or whether you're waiting for a loved one to come. And then here in Los Angeles, where the pain is still continues, and that's why we're here today, we're learning about some of the youngest people who've been affected by the Eaton Fire that killed 17 people. Shawn Brown is executive director of the Pasadena Rosebud Academy Charter School in Altadena, which was destroyed by the fire. But here's a kicker. Brown also lost her home as well. But she found innovative ways. She said when it first happened, the main thing she thought about was her students, despite the personal loss she's had. And so she's found innovative ways to make sure that her students do not miss out on learning.
Even in the ashes, Shawn Brown knows every inch of her school.
We kind of kept the littles together.
I love that, the littles.
Yes, and then their play area was right here. And then you have the books in there that they're charred, but they're still there.
Yeah, look at the pages.
Yeah.
Is it hard for you walking through this, or are you just thinking all the things you have to do? Or maybe you've already had your moment.
No, I haven't had any moment to think about anything. I had to go from hearing that the house and the school burned down to figuring out what am I going to do with these kids.
Brown opened Rosebud Academy back in 2007 to give the community she grew up in a place for students to learn things like critical thinking and financial literacy.
Hey, Brooklyn, how are you?
After the fire, she knew she had to keep her students engaged.
You tired too? It's been a long week, huh?
So they found a meetup point, and Brown and her staff quickly came up with a plan.
So the first week after all of this, we scheduled field trips.
We're visiting the California Science Center.
One of our pillars is exposure and experience, and so we really like to get our students out of the community, and we know that travel is a huge part of thinking bigger and dreaming bigger.
And because you were so insistent about creating normalcy for the children, do you think they realize how bad it is?
I don't think they, understand the gravity of it. They know their school burned down, but I think that a bigger part of that is that they know that we still have each other.
But Brown's students still needed classrooms. After a long search, her team found a solution. And on Monday, the students met up and were bused to their new temporary school. Amber Trejo's 5-year-old daughter, Kyra, is a Rosebud Academy kindergartner.
She thinks that we're on vacation, which is, I kind of like it that way because emotionally it's been very hard.
Trejo's childhood home, where she lived with her grandmother, parents, brother, and children, burned down.
We had everything in that home. My whole childhood was in that home. But we will rebuild and we'll make it stronger. And just like to say, Altadena isn't for sale. And we're going to keep our home.
She says still being able to keep her daughter in school gives them both a sense of normalcy.
It makes me happy. It makes me happy for her.
When the students arrived at the Beehive in South Los Angeles, they were pretty happy too.
It's a high-tech place, and they serve Black and brown students. It's in LA, and they really bring kids in to help them learn more about the tech fields and encourage them that they can get in those fields as well. And they worked around the clock that weekend to outfit each of their studios into classrooms for our students.
Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, Jupiter, Saturn.
Staff at the Beehive went out and got desks, chairs, and other supplies for the youngest students.
And then when the kids came in, they were just,
They were so excited.
Yeah, they were excited.
But this solution is only short term.
And then at the end of 2 weeks, then you're going to have to find another place.
Right, so we're continuing our search.
So you operate on what kind of basis?
Minute by minute.
Minute by minute.
Hour by hour, day by day.
Oh my goodness.
Mommy, do you see all of this?
Oh, Jesus.
Back in Altadena, Brown is still dealing with losing her home and the home she grew up in, where her mom, Gloria, was still living.
This is
her street?
Wapello. This is Wapello.
Where?
You're on your Wapello.
This is her street.
Where's my house?
We getting there.
We went with them as Gloria and Brown's sister Thella returned to the neighborhood for the first time since the fire.
So the car is right behind
Right.
there.
It's
Oh,
burned.
that's a car. There.
Yeah, right there. Oh my, it smells still.
Yeah, you can still smell it.
Gloria has lived here over 50 years.
Why did it take you so long to finally come and see it?
You know, I thought I was gonna cry, but I didn't cry. And I usually cry at the drop of a hat, but I haven't cried yet. So I'll get home tonight and cry.
Gloria insists she will rebuild her home, and Shawn says she hopes to build a new Rosebud Academy.
We would really need funding to rebuild, and that is like been the ultimate goal for the school. Even when I started it, it was like, start this, but the long-term goal is to build something amazing for our students.
Guys, I have to say, I have such a girl crush on Shawn Brown. You know, when we said her home was destroyed, she had some clothes that were still in the cleaners, so she went and got them out. She literally has nothing. But all she cares about, the main thing she cares about, is getting the school back on track. I think it's important to realize they've only got 2 weeks at that new space, and now she's already regrouping, working 24/7 to see where they can go after that. You know, they need help with busing to get the students to a new place. The thing that would help them most is give people the gift cards or food cards or things that they can get the items that they really need. But there is so much work to be done. But everybody we met yesterday was there to say, we want to do the work. Also, I have to give a shout out to the people. Wait, Vlad, you have to hear this. LA County Fire Station number 11, because we were going to be live from there this morning. I really wanted to introduce you to that firefighting team and the work that they've done. But under the circumstances, it didn't seem appropriate. But what the firefighters are doing, what the people are pitching in to try to make this thing whole is just beyond monumental. I'm so glad that I got to see it, as heartbreaking as it is. Vlad, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, Gayle, that Amber's daughter, just my heart burst with joy, because kids are so innocent and they don't understand the severity of the destruction, but her heart is full.
Yeah, and
she wants to keep it that way. Yeah,
that's right. That's right. School is such a safe space, and she's keeping it that way. Gayle, thank you so much for that incredible story and for introducing us to Shawn Brown. And if you at home want to help California's wildfire victims, CBS has partnered with the American Red Cross. Go to redcross.org/CBS to give. Also, our friends at CBS LA have put together a list of ways to help, plus resources for fire victims at cbsnews.com/LAfires.